such as gazing grain and setting sun and recess, which are all kind of like childlike, idyllic memories. And I feel like this plays into Ruth May because, like I said, she's very much a child and she was very youthful. So these images kind of relate that passing of her life, these indelible memories. And by the end, we kind of see the paradox with 'tis centuries and yet feels shorter than the day, which shows how I guess infinite the afterlife is, or at least the comparison Emily Dickinson is making, and it shows kind of the beauty in the life that you possess now. And Ruth May's life was obviously cut short, which is, a sad thing. And I think her sister Ada used this poem as a way to say, like, a way to reminisce on Ruth May's life if Ruth May was still here. And then the final poem was Tell All the Truth by Emily Dickinson. And again, I'm going to relate this to Ada because she's the one who uses these poems. She's very intelligent, but she doesn't talk a lot. And it's because I think she suffers from a lack of confidence because of her hemiplegia, which I said was basically like the limp. And basically this poem uses the word slant, and I think that's how Ada relates to it, because Ada thinks she has her own slant on the truth in her life. And so basically it says, tell the truth, but tell it slant. And I took this poem as a motif because the light and truth are being compared in this. And I basically took it as this idea of light, like truth, is very powerful and it's very necessary. But if you have too much at once, it's overwhelming and can be harmful, because it's basically, she basically says that the truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind, which is implying, like, if you get too much light at one point, you're basically going to be overwhelmed, and it's going to be harmful. And that in a similar way, is like truth, because truth all at once kind of can be overwhelming, and you can't handle it. And I think this can actually even relate back to the Congo, because it's like the Congo deserved their independence, but all at once they weren't prepared for it, and it was kind of like they were just thrown into their independence and didn't know how to deal with it. So I think that could be said back to this poem, which uses this idea of light and truth and lightning, where it's like, it's good to have that, but you need to be very gradual and careful with the way you approach that. And also, Emily Dickinson creates kind of this mentor relationship in the poem, because she says, our infirm delight, which kind of shows, like, this is a universal truth. We are all fragile as human beings, and therefore everyone needs to take care with each other, because no one is immune to the impact of truth or light. So basically, if you were to ask Barbara Kingsolver for help in writing, she would basically say, get some big ideal or question that needs answering, and go out and try to solve the answer through your literary work. And that's why her opinions are so prevalent in her novels, because she's answering some question that she hoped to solve. Thank you.